This song is about healthy boundaries and relationships. It's called I Don't Own Your Love. I wrote it ages ago, and I've been rediscovering and repurposing songs from way, way back when I was younger. And that's when I was like, this is very, what's funny is I was with a partner at the time who was like, that's a weird song. And I was like, what's weird about it? This seems normal and healthy. But I was just like, sometimes you look back and you're like, oh, that was a sign. That was a sign that was probably not a good match. I'm glad that didn't continue. This is a song called I Don't Own Your Love. Well, it's not for you to say that they'll always belong to you. You can't own the ones you love. Be happy they're passing through. And if they choose to stay, let them know you'll let them down. And if they don't mind, they can stick around. 'Cause you are not a dog on a leash or chain. And I am listening to the words you say. So that's not duty called or orders obeyed. I could easily go, but I choose to stay. So I don't own your love and you don't own me. But we still don't run, and that's proof to see that if that ain't love, I don't care to change. 'Cause it fills me up and I choose to stay. I don't own your love, but I still remain. I don't own your love, but I choose to stay. To stay. To stay. To stay. Hey, hello.
Is there any chance you can play Chinese New Year?
I don't remember.
Okay, that's all right.
I know. Next show. I'll rehearse it
Big
beforehand.
favorite.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I love that song so much. Thank you for reminding me it exists. I'm gonna write that down.
That'll be tomorrow.
Yeah. So I started writing songs when I was like a tiny kid, right?
Thank you.
Homeschooled and in
I'm glad I got it
high
back on the-
school.
I'm
Yes.
just glad to have it back on the song list.
And that's great, except for the fact that as I've gotten older, I literally have forgotten so much. So much. That like, it really helps when people are like, hey, is this song on? Thank you so much. 'Cause like you guys are, you particularly are keeping these songs like even in my memory. This song I wrote during the pandemic, and I used it as like a life raft. Like this song was like very renewing to me and hopeful for me. And basically the plan before COVID had hit was that I was gonna move to LA. And I told everyone I'm moving to LA. And I was like, oh, congratulations, see you later. And then that week the pandemic happened. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm super not. I'm glad I did not go, but I like the idea of LA as kind of like musicians, It's it's got its own like mystery and lore, and everyone who plays music or loves musicians is like, oh, you know, I want to go to New York or I want to go to LA, and everyone's like, did you go to LA? Was it great? Did you go to New York? Was it great? I went to New York for like 3 seconds, and I was like, it was like I could finally say like, yeah, I've been to New York. I sat on mustard.
In the subway.
I felt so good. I was like, yeah, this is great. So this song called LA. The worst thing I ever done was try to be someone. Or wait, hold on. The worst thing I ever done was try to. Hold on. No, I can't remember. I'm looking at Sarah. I'm like, what's the lyric? Okay. Alright, so the worst thing I ever did was try to get someone, there we go, who hated me to love me. And the worst thing I ever did was try to sew a thing in a plot I knew was empty. And now I think I understand what it may take to love without sacrificing me. So I'm grateful I don't blink or ever have to think twice about the picture that we've made. And now I'm having the same dream almost every day. Where I'm falling asleep and we wake up in LA. Oh, the worst thing I ever done was try and be someone who I knew I could live with. And the best thing I ever did was try to be a friend and let the rest just happen. But now I think I understand what it may take to love without sacrificing me. So I'm grateful I don't blink or ever have to think twice about the picture that we've made. And now I'm having the same dream almost every day. Where I'm falling asleep and we wake up in LA. Can't help the feeling I had been reborn. 'Cause it wasn't love, then I was just adored. No, it wasn't love, then I was just adored. Ooh. common thing for lots of people who are now out later in life. I had an upbringing in a very conservative Christian background. And that was tough for a myriad of reasons that I don't have the time or details to fully lay out for y'all. But I will say is that I'm a late bloomer as far as being queer and out. I've been queer for a long time. I remember wanting to change my gender when I was a little kid, and I would talk about it openly, and everyone was just like, ha ha, Autumn's such a joker. And looking back, and I'm like, it was like that was extremely clear. Nobody caught that? Okay. They're like, oh, all kids talk about wanting to not be their gender when they're like 3 or 4 years old. So it took me a long time to feel comfortable being out because it took me a long time to find the right kind of community. It took me a long time to find the right kind of therapist who was there for like the particular things I needed them to be there for. Now when I look back, it's interesting because like I like 50% of it, and the rest of the 50% of it, I don't like what they've done with the place. I would have decorated that house differently. I really liked the hymns and the songs that I would sing when I was younger, but I now in this place, in this current iteration of myself, I feel uncomfortable with the fact that like a lot of religions used to control people or hurt people even, which is too bad. So what I've done is I am sneaky, and I've basically taken the foundation of their hymns and I just steal it, and I am making hymns that are for everybody, purposely vague, and just like generally uplifting so that everybody can listen to them and feel welcome, and I can get the hymns out of my system. Everyone wins, except for maybe the people I'm stealing from, but we just won't tell. We just won't tell. This is called Do You Believe? It's a non-spiritual spiritual. Do you believe in how it once was, how we were young once and we were free? Do you still see in the good that love does and how it moves us? I still believe. Though there were times that I doubted everything, now those dark days have flown away from me. I'm alright, I'll be fine, 'cause I am bright. And I'll be better than they ever could have dreamed. I'll be better than they ever could have seen. I'll be better and they'd better all. I still believe. 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 Do you believe in how it once was, how we were young once, and we were free? The piano or Never Die? Piano, Never Die, or Big Time Lover? 1, 2, or 3?
I'm gonna do this one.
This is a hard one for me to do because I have just been relearning the chords. It's originally a piano-based song, but I like to sing it, and there's not always a piano, that you could just bring with you everywhere. So I've just been steadfastly figuring out all the chords, and this is called The Piano. It's a song about longing and dedication, and I was in a relationship way back in the day, and I just remember being like, I am devoted and full of romance. And I wanted everything to be like purposeful, and I'm thinking so far through like all the ways that I could like make your day, and like looking back, I'm like, that was a pretty queer-ish way to be in a relationship, and I was like, why isn't everyone like receptive of the way that I am? And it makes more sense now. But this is a song about a piano that I gifted to somebody.
Exactly.
It's a real piano. Everything in the song is legit. Every once in a while, I'll have like one song where like everything is like extremely specific and absolutely true, and the rest of it is like super vague. Everyone's like, "Is that like about your life specifically?" And I'm like, "Absolutely not, no." I just woke up one morning and that's what I wrote, but this is true. If we find a first level apartment, we can keep the piano, the one that's always lived in the garage. On the first level floor of my parents' house in Carmichael, a well-intended gift when it was bought. Now my little brother's fingers are its only source of company, and on rainy days the tarp's keeping it safe. Collecting dust bunnies this minute as I stand and sing about it, a birthday gift I still can't stand to trade. Lately I found myself at a loss for words. That has never really been my problem before. Now when they ask me if we're doing fine, I cannot find the proper words to help describe. It feels too small to say okay, and you're far too beautiful to say just great, you know. Now on the first day that I met you, I was hoping to become more rebellious than I'd previously been. I had grandiose plans to kiss whomever I'd choose to, and do not care about the consequence. And as the fates would have it, who can keep from talking to you? I even tried to talk to Devin for a while. I just felt myself drawn back by your graceful way of speaking. Your sarcasm bit, I've broken to a smile. Then when your birthday was to come and pass, I knew I had to find you something that might last. If we weren't meant to be, I'd still be pleased to know somewhere far off and away you play those notes, and your good brave soul might find relief
It's hard to be an artist when we need to eat. I know. If we do or do not sell the apartment, I will love you either way. If we have to sell it or gets to stay. Never been loved by somebody who is always thinking of me. And who knows, before I'd say I was afraid. If a first level apartment isn't sitting in our future, I will simply take the memory because it was the only thing that I thought that there was left in existence to describe how beautiful life with you was. It was the only thing that I thought that there was left in existence to describe how beautiful life with you was. You can keep the piano. Keep the piano. Piano.